Welcome to African Voices. I'm Aritopo, on the set of a production happening in Abuja, Nigeria, because this week's show is about filmmaking. The storytellers you're about to hear from will show us how they're reshaping our cinematic world. I'll introduce you to Hamid Ibrahim, a creative executive who is teaching others how to bring African stories to life through animation. Our next changemaker is a Ugandan animator and visual effects artist who worked on the remakes of The Lion King, Dolittle and Dumbo. He shares with us how he turned his childhood dream into a reality.
Every single thing you do, you're gonna see Kugali there, and you're gonna know it was started by 3 Africans who grew up in Africa. So I think that's very inspiring. I am building the next generation of artists using animation, augmented reality and comic books to tell the African story. My name is Hamid Ibrahim and I am a change maker.
Hamid Ibrahim's favorite thing to do is tell African stories. In 2018, alongside his co-founders, Olufikayo Adeola and Tolu Olowofoyeku, he set up Kugali Media to do just that.
Kugali is a visual African storytelling company with a focus on telling African stories by Africans. The name came from playing with the Kiswahili word kujali, which means to care. So we wanted the company to mean something that's caring, but we wanted also a new word, so we just changed the kujali to Kugali.
A year after the company launched, Hamid and his co-founders started a crowdfunding campaign to create their first ever comic book anthology.
We were planning to raise £10,000 obviously at that time. We ended up raising 27,000 and it got a buzz. It went a bit viral in some areas, got a little bit of a buzz. And then BBC got a hold of us and then BBC did an interview with us at that point. And during the interview, I mentioned the fact that we were going to kick This Is Us in Africa. That was a heading when they launched the clip. A comic book company going to gig This Is Us. Now from there, some executives in Disney, they saw the clip, they saw our work, they went back and researched and went to the website and they saw what we were doing and they liked the work we were doing.
Hamid says Disney was so impressed, they set up a virtual meeting with him and his partners to talk about their comics.
From talking to us, we went through the idea of doing a pitch. They liked the pitch and from there, the rest is history.
This pitch to Disney led to the creation of Iwaju, Kugali Media's biggest collaboration yet.
We became the first company in history to actually close a deal with Disney Animation to create an original animation. So a best way I can put this is not just a fit in the creative sense, this is a fit in the business sense, this is a fit in bringing up the whole economy of African creatives, because this is not Disney saying, hey, you guys are gonna do this. This is us and Disney working together. Every single piece of merchandise when it comes to the Iwaju project is gonna have Kugali's name there. So anytime they put a Disney name, they're gonna put the word Kugali there, and that means a lot.
Iwaju is a science fiction series set in Lagos, Nigeria. The title roughly translates to future in the Yoruba language spoken in West Africa.
Iwaju is going really well. A few things I'm proud of about the project. We managed to get people from Africa to actually work on the project, which was great, which was a big deal.
As a child, Hamid loved watching Disney shows.
One of the first things that inspired me into loving animation and art was the film Lion King. And it's because I spoke Swahili, and I was born in Uganda, but I spent a few years in Kenya. And from there, it kind of captured me. There was something about that that caught me.
The entrepreneur says working with Disney, a company that kickstarted his love for animation, is a dream come true. This collaboration is a big move that Hamid has been prepared for since 2014, when he was a student at the University of Hertfordshire, the United Kingdom.
I looked at a company called MPC and they're working on Lion King. Remember, that's the film that inspired me. And I really wanted to work on that. So my whole third year, I tallied every single piece of work I did to achieving that. And at the end, I got it.
Getting that job at Moving Picture Company, or MPC, in 2017 was one of his happiest moments. He says he worked on multiple Hollywood projects, including a remake of the one that influenced him as a child.
I worked on 5 films. Dumbo, Darkest Minds, The Predator, Lion King, and Dr. Dolittle. The one I talk about is Lion King because that's the film that got me started. So the day I worked on it, I remember the first day I got into that project. I couldn't believe it. It was a hell of a moment for me.
But in 2018, Hamid came across an animation created in Nigeria.
It looked okay, but obviously not many things was coming out from Africa at that time. So I was proud of it, but when you're proud of it, almost like a parent to like a kid's work.
Seeing that animation and knowing it could have been better pushed Hamid to partner with his co-founders to start Kugali Media.
So I just had that thought of, I have the ability to do it, I have the skills to do it, I have the backing to do it as well at that point. Why not give it a really good shot and see what I can do?
Since then, Hamid says he has been working hard through Kugali Media to ensure that animations that come out of Africa are of the highest standard. Next, Hamid meets up with the next generation of animation superstars in Uganda. Today, Hamid Ibrahim, co-founder of Kugali Media, is visiting Kampala Animation School in Uganda's capital city.
Our mission as a school is to enhance creativity through innovation and helping the youth to get exposed to new technologies so that they can improve on their art and probably change their lifestyle. Today, we are very privileged to have a visitor, Hamid Ibrahim. We feel very lucky that he has given us an opportunity to talk to our students and inspire them. Because most of our students, the things that they are really dreaming about in 3D animation, Hamid has done it all.
The animator is here to inspire the students by sharing his journey into creating Kugali Media.
We are expecting that students will be inspired, that so many people will embrace 3D animation as a career after talking to Hamid, because for someone who has been there, done it at the highest level, we think that he's the best person to inspire this new generation of artists and painters and the youth in general.
Originally, I started off my career actually in portrait art, then I went into concept art.
Many of the students here see Hamid as a role model.
He's like my mentor right now, and I want to be like him because he's a 3D animator and now he's up a level.
Seriously, I came here today to get some inspirations from our anime. So I really get those inspirations from the session of today on how I will be in the next time. Like if I finish my courses here, those things will help me in what I will be doing, like businesses and all those stuff.
I'm very big into paying things forward because I think you don't want the people below you to make the same mistakes you made. I think as we saw today, I visited Kampala Animation School. I also visit other schools all over Africa, not just in Uganda. That's because I want to make sure that the students there have a vision of what could be number one.
Hamid says he's able to animate and inspire others to do so because he has the support of his immediate family.
When he told me he wanted to be that, and when I've seen he has become that, I was not surprised because Hamid always loved art. Senior 1 and Senior 2, we actually did art together in school. The drawings didn't make sense, but later, now that he is what he is, it all makes sense.
When he learned how to use a pencil, he started drawing. He loved drawing. There was this art piece of Mona Lisa that Hamid always perfected every other time. And every holiday I looked forward to seeing his art books. Hamid always had different art books, which he liked to showcase after the holiday, and they would always be full.
As Hamid soaks in this moment, the laughter he shares with his family serves as a reminder that he's doing good work.
I have the skills to really change the landscape of visual storytelling in Africa, which I'm doing already. I would feel some kind of way if with all these tools I don't do anything for the continent. Like, I can't think of any individual who has been in a position that I'm in right now. It's harder for me not to make an impact than it is to make an impact, so I'd rather make the best impact.
He says his dream of making this impact has been realized through Kugali Media's deal with Disney on Iwaju.
I think the next big achievement, the biggest one obviously, is becoming the first company in history to close a deal with Disney Animation Studio to create an original animation. That one ticks the boxes in so many levels. It's near a miracle, and the way I know it's near a miracle is because most people don't fathom what this is. And I think they'll get to understand it when the film comes up. History got made, like just number one, right? That's the biggest entertainment company in the world, and they have never collaborated with anybody to create an original animation. And we're the first one to do it, and it's from a few boys who grew up in Africa.
I've known Hamid from like 2008-ish. We were in school at St. Lawrence in Uganda. So we were friends back then, and somehow we ended up in the same field. I also cannot talk about Iwaju so much, but I think what people should really watch out for is something new coming up, probably something they haven't seen before in the African storytelling or animation space, yes, even worldwide. Yeah.
And even outside this life-changing deal with Disney, Hamid says he has big dreams for Kugali Media.
My future plans in terms of Kugali would be, again, to have that infrastructure of Africa Visual Entertainment where everybody can be able to achieve their dreams from Africa, they don't have to go outside.
Thanks so much for watching. Remember, you can always watch past episodes and other exclusive content on our website. Just head to cnn.com/African Voices. I'm Aritoko, and I'll see you next time.